We are about to transition into a super important presentation and award. This is an award that we began recently. It is the Bemar Brezler Service Learning Award. Service Leadership Award. How many folks know who Bemar Brezler is? Can you give her a round of applause for a moment? That's right. Bemar Brezler for many years was our Chief Financial Officer, Chief Operating Officer, and did about 15 other things at Big Picture Learning. She truly embodied the form of service and servant leadership that we find so valuable. Not always up on the stage, but making invaluable contributions that made so much of the work of Big Picture possible. And so each year, we have been selecting someone who embodies those types of attributes of leadership. And it's my particular pleasure today to invite the presenter of this year's award, who is Sarah Kahn, former principal of Met San Diego High School, and current leader of New Legacy High School in Aurora, Colorado. Sarah Kahn, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. I am so excited to be presenting an award to a really incredible woman on our staff. New Legacy, for those of you who don't know, very quickly is a really small charter high school in Aurora, Colorado that was founded to serve pregnant and parenting teens and their children. So we have the beautiful privilege of having young moms and dads, and then their children, infant through 4-year-olds, in the same building under one roof. It's a really beautiful place. That being said, it's really hard work. Our community comes from a lot of trauma, a lot of poverty, a lot of hardship, and it takes a really special team to keep these kids smiling, to keep them showing up. We've gone from a 45% attendance rate to over 80% attendance rate, so good stuff's happening. And one of the reasons why is because of Bemar Martinez. Bemar came to us from working in a college environment and started out as our community advocate. And she made the most amazing events. She is so creative, she's so fun, she just gives everything her all. With some kind of staff changes and things, she moved into our real world learning coordinator position. That's the hardest job title to ever say. And she has just been crushing it. We've had so many more partners that are mentoring our students. All of our advisors had to be teachers as well as advisors, and they only had about 50 minutes of planning time a day. So Bemar was carrying the brunt of every single kid in an internship, coordinating with all of their mentors, doing the site visits, and she hustles. She's this little pistol, she just fires off and goes. But in addition to that, Bemar is the person who, when one of our bus drivers is out, she's like, give me the keys, and wait till you see her, little mini-me, driving a bus. She's just a beautiful person, incredibly quiet, and I don't know, can we hit that next slide? I really tried to put together a really amazing photo collage of some of the cool stuff that Bemar has done, but we call her the hide and seek champion. This is a game we do play in our school sometimes. Bemar has the running record for the best hiding places and the hardest person to ever find. And the only picture I found in the 4 years I've worked with her where she wasn't wearing a mask was her coming out of the beach in Hollywood, Florida at her first Big Bang. But doesn't it look kind of she is, and that's why she's silent. Bemar, she either has her mask on because she's taking care of her health to make sure she's there for the kids, keeping away those germs, or she's in the background because she's always working and she's always putting kids first. And her love for our students, her voice, her fight for our undocumented population, she's just a true warrior, and we are so blessed to have her at our school. So with that, I would love to welcome up Bemar Martinez. I'm going to read this. It says, presented on July 23rd, 2025. What makes Bemar such a powerful leader is her quiet determination. She often volunteers her time to translate for parents and staff who need help to communicate. She is laser focused on bringing opportunities to students and doesn't seem to need the validation that so many of us do. But Bemar deserves that kind of recognition.
Sorry, this is, really hard for me right now. Like Sarah had said, I'm like used to being behind the scenes, and now all of a sudden I'm thrust into the spotlight. And it's hard for me to really think about accepting this type of recognition because for like my whole life, I've had a collective mindset, so it's hard to separate myself from the whole, if that makes sense. But I guess that's the point. Like, I believe that, well, I like to think that this recognition is not just for me. I hope that by accepting this award, that I honor my family and my ancestors, the ones that have endured so much, so that I can stand where I am today. I'm going to paraphrase a part of one of my favorite songs that I heard, especially my father listening to when I grew up, and it's called Sangre de Indio. And it speaks about how my father was born within the thorns of a cactus, and from within the dirt, he dreamed of giving me a better life so that I wouldn't have to grow up in the same poverty he did. And because he took action, the life of my father, the life my father once dreamed of for himself, he now gave to me. The song goes on to say how I don't aspire for riches because I have received an inheritance of my father's bronze skin and my mother's heart. And that is enough for me because they left everything to give me what I have now. I will forever be grateful for the sacrifices my parents made for me, but I've always sought to turn this gratitude into action. That drive led me to education, where I truly find purpose in helping others, especially youth. I hope that I help them find their way and discover bits of joy in their lives. Walking through the halls of New Legacy, when it is filled with students, I feel something. It's a collective spirit, it's a vibration, it's a culture, it's a building of an inheritance, it's a legacy. See what I did there? Legacy, New Legacy? Smart, okay. I never once thought I would receive an award that recognizes myself as any kind of leader. My nicknames have always been Big B or just B, so identifying myself as a worker bee feels fitting. Because I'm content with working behind the scenes, helping make things happen for students, and helping bringing a part of the big picture together. That being said, while I'm honored to receive this recognition, please allow me to accept this also on behalf of others that I am about to thank. Thank you to my family who instilled in me the work ethic that gives me the discipline to push through the long, tough work days and the nights. Thank you to my coworkers who collaborate with me and who put up with my randomness and who also put in the long, difficult hours. My coworkers turned friends, thank you for your consistent love, support, and encouragement. To the students of New Legacy, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey and for giving me grace, laughter, lifelong lessons, and for continually showing up as you are. To my partner, thank you for being there for me, especially through the times when I feel like I've failed, and for reminding me that I'm more than just my work. And Sarah, thank you for hiring me and giving me the chance to work in the incredible community that is New Legacy, where I've laughed, cried, loved, and created memories I'll cherish forever. Thank you for trusting me to do right by our students. I promise to continue pushing myself to do what is right for our community, especially during a time when our basic human rights and access to education are under attack. Our families, friends, and neighbors are being kidnapped by ICE, being racially profiled and discriminated against. Our neighbors overseas are continually suffering through genocides, and so many more atrocities and injustices are occurring that we are up against. Our students and their families need all of us here to stand and fight with them, and I know we will, because I've seen the love, the brilliance, the strength, and the shared commitment to justice of the people gathered here at this conference today. So finally, thank you to all of you for the work you have put in for your families and for your communities, for you inspire me and give me hope that together we will find the way to a liberated future for our students that they deserve.